Welcome to the Georgia Guidestones, also known as the American Stonehenge. If you drive north out of Alberton in Elbert County 9 miles, turn right on Guidestones Road. While the Georgia Guidestones are located in the mountainous northeast area of Georgia, its sister or opposite city would be south-southwest of Kathmandu in Nepal. It is therefore located in one of the highest areas in the world, the Himalayas. When driving north out of Alberton on Highway 77, you'll see high on a hilltop the Georgia Guidestones. Just turn right at the next road, which is Guidestone Road. When you enter the parking lot, you'll notice 3 structures. The first structure is a podium, which has some information. In the center is the Florida Guidestones, and to the right of it, you'll notice in the ground there is also another flat structure a short distance west of the structure, which provides some notes on the history and purpose of the Guidestones. The Guidestones are exactly 18 feet tall and made from 6 granite slabs weighing more than 125 tons. One slab stands in the center, with 4 arranged around it. A capstone lies on top of the 5 slabs, which are astronomically aligned. The history of the Guidestones has created a lot of controversy. No one knows exactly who sponsored or co-sponsored the production of the Georgia Guidestones. There is a message that contains 10 guidelines or principles, hence the name Guidestones. It is engraved in 8 different languages, one language on each face of the 4 large upright stones. Moving clockwise around the structure from due north, these languages are English, Spanish, Swahili, Hindi, Hebrew, Arabic, Chinese, and Russian. The podium is located to the west of the Guidestones. On the podium is a similar message. One of the most important impacts and controversial issues of the Guidestones is line number 1. Maintain humanity under 500 million in perpetual balance with nature. This comment and message has caused an awful lot of unrest. My wife and I visited on Thursday, July 1st, 2010. We heard in town that there was a scheduled protest for Sunday, July 4th. Personally, I understand the outrage and the protest. If you're saying the population should only be 500 million on the planet, what about the other 5.5 billion people? What are you going to do with them? I can sympathize with the protesters. I also am an American, a U.S. citizen, a Vietnam War veteran, and I also appreciate the First Amendment rights of freedom of speech and freedom of press. I respect the rights of the owners who put in the Guidestones, and I also would like to thank them for tipping their hat and letting us know just how diabolical their world schemes are.
This is Arabic and Chinese.
There are some very interesting astronomical features about the Guidestones. The 4 outer stones are oriented to mark the limits of the 18.6-year lunar cycle. The center column features a hole through which the North Star can be seen, regardless of the time, as well as a slot that is aligned with the sun's solstices and equinoxes. A 7/8-inch aperture in this capstone allows a ray of sunlight to pass through at noon each day, shining a beam on the center stone indicating the day of the year. You're now looking at the 7/8-inch hole that goes through the side of the stone through the top of the capstone. From this aperture, you can see the North Star. You're now looking at the 7/8-inch aperture that goes through the capstone. This allows a ray of sun to pass through at noon each day, shining a beam on the center stone, indicating the day of the year. This is the explanatory tablet. A few feet to the west of the artifact, an additional granite ledger has been set level with the ground. This tablet identifies the structure and the languages used on it. It lists various facts about the size, weight, and astronomical features of the stones, the date it was installed, and the sponsors of the project. It also speaks of a time capsule buried under the tablet, but the positions of the stone reserved for filling in the dates on which the capsule was buried and is to be opened are missing, so it's not clear whether the time capsule was ever put in place. Each side of the tablet is perpendicular to one of the cardinal directions, and is inscribed so that the northern edge is the top of the inscription. In order to prevent vandalism, Albert County has set up video cameras and they watch the site constantly. One of the messages indicates that there's more information on the Florida Guidestones in the local museum in Alberton on College Street. You can also visit the Georgia Guidestones through Google Earth. The picture is very excellent and it looks just like the site. Thank you for listening. God bless you and have a wonderful day.